Hello, everyone, and welcome to what will be the final CWA Stampede show for this series. My God, I can't believe we are here. We made it. Dear God, we basically booked pretty much a year. We started right at the beginning of January, and we're now at the end of November as far as for TW wise, and then, of course, every week, bumping out an episode since basically May as the 1 year anniversary. I think we just passed it, so that's just kind of wild in itself. So now it's gonna be the coming up on the end. It'll be May 25th. It'll be the final episode from Cold Fury. So the Go Home show for Cold Fury is gonna be this show, as we have some big time matches too, and we really the angles really. We're building up a tag match too, somewhat. Tag team title matchup as the new tag champions, Kevin Steen, Sami Zayn, beating the Golden Lovers last week, as in the swerve of Adam Cole joining the Young Bucks and taking out the Golden Lovers, to costing the Golden Lovers the match against Kevin Steen and Sami Zayn. But now also, what the new champions, Kevin Steen and Sami Zayn, as they will be taking on Shima and the Ricky Doi Blood Generation at our Cold Fury show. So there's going to be a little interview with Renee Young, putting over them and also putting over the matches coming up, their title matchup. We have a bit of an open challenge. I guess I wouldn't say it is an open challenge. I mean, the man just issues an open challenge. It's going to be Brody Lee Open Challenge, as he wants a warm-up match before his match with Pac at Cold Fury. So he's going to even put the British Commonwealth title on the line. So he's risking it all for this in this open challenge. We're also going to have Hiromu Takahashi and Naomichi Marufuji in the undercard, which is wild. And Pete Dunne and Rey Fenix, another pretty good match on paper. So yeah, without further ado, let's get on with the show. Oh, there we go. Now it's going. As Team Decay beating 3.0 here, as Team Decay getting the win in 9:48. It's Mikey Nichols pinning Scott Parker after the Shooting Star Press. 46 for Mikey Nichols, 45 for Scott Parker, 42 for Shane East, and 38 for Shane Matthews. That's a nice little pre-show matchup. And the next pre-show matchup, what a banger of a match this would be. I don't know when we'll ever see this, as I don't think they'll ever be in the same spot at the same time. But here, at least the CWA, we get it on the pre-shows. Go Shizaki beating Jonah Rock in 10:30 with a moonsault. Yeah, this would be awesome. This would be, give me a Noah caliber heavyweight matchup of Jonah Rock and Go Shizaki in 2020. Well, 2021 now. That would be sick. That would be very, very base. I would be a big fan of that. There's a 49 here for TW wise here in the CWA. Could have been much, much better. That's the Stampede TV intro. And we have the opener, Rey Fenix, Pete Dunne. Rey Fenix getting the win with the Meteor on 9:33, carrying Pete Dunne to this 62, does Rey Fenix, as he was even off his game. Still way outperformed Pete Dunne. Rey Fenix was really, talk about a great signing for us. Rey Fenix is awesome, first and foremost. That's just a no-brainer. But how much he has really took the GWC title reign, the GWC International Openweight title reign that he had, really elevated that championship to a height that it had never seen before, and really brought it to a high level. So just thankful for him. So the Renee Young interview with our new tag team champions, Kevin Steen, Sami Zayn, as these two, the history between these two men. Starting off the first ever episode with the turn, going their separate ways. Had a championship reign for Kevin Steen, and Sami Zayn being the one to try to take out Brock Lesnar, but he ended up cutting up short. It was Brock was the one who lost to Bryan Danielson with the big signing of Bryan Danielson. But Kevin Steen, Sami Zayn, these two men coming into this was when tag team tournament to crown the first ever tag champs. You have the turn, Kevin on Sami. They have their little blood feud for the belt for the first couple months of the series. They go their separate ways. Eventually, they make amends. They come back together slowly but surely, really becoming not the top team of the tag division, but one of the top tag teams. It finally comes together. It took almost 11 months to go from that point to where they had the turn to now back together, full-fledged machine, full-fledged army. A little less than that because they teamed up again in July, so really it was like a 6-7 months of being from their blood feud. Time had healed the wounds from both men. They got back together. It was really more like the ally tag team. Whether it's Bryan Danielson needing someone to team with or Brody Lee, but then doing their own thing, becoming tag team champions, beating the Young Bucks, or beating the Golden Lovers rather, to become the tag team champions that we saw last week. To go from all that to now to end out this series, potentially still the tag team champions of the CWA, as they're going to take on Shima and Naruki Doi. Should be a pretty good matchup. They had a match back at Edmonton's Epic Extravaganza, and that was a 59. I feel like it's going to be a little bit better this time around. Obviously, the time has passed. I felt like both teams have gotten better since that point, but we'll see, though. This should be a pretty good matchup, but this is just a nice little promo with putting over the new tag champions and giving them a nice little promo. That was a 68, as everybody did really well in the segment. Awesome stuff. Is the graphic for the number one contendership matchup for the GWC International Openweight title matchup. Hiromu Takahashi and Naomichi Marufuji. That did not go well at all. But the match itself, 67, is Hiromu beating Naomichi Marufuji with a time bomb in 13:22. So, we're going to have Hiromu Takahashi taking on the GWC International Openweight Champion of the World, which is Bryan Danielson. That's going to be crazy. That's a hell of a match. A hell of a match that I can't wait to see. As Brody Lee, he wants a warm-up match before Cold Fury, issues out an open challenge. He's going to put his British Commonwealth title on the line if that's what it takes to get someone to come out here to take him on, to see if he can get a nice little matchup before he takes on Pac. It's been a hot minute since he's had a singles matchup one-on-one here in the CWA, so just wanted to maybe knock off some rust off. As it's Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong, Blood Generations. Roderick Strong comes out to take on Brody Lee, looking to see if he can become the British Commonwealth Champion, but he falls short as Brody Lee gets the win in 18:26 with the Discus Lariat. Second defense of the British Commonwealth title for him, and it's a 77. Hell of a goddamn match. Nice little preview. Brody Lee and Pac, what's it going to look like? It's a pretty good indicator right there with the 77. Awesome stuff. Got the crowd hotter too. As out comes Blood Generation now, as they hit the ring. Shima, Naruki Doi come out first. Pac is coming up behind them as they're looking at a 301 attack, looking to get the upper hand. Pac is looking to get the upper hand on Brody Lee before their match called Fear, but Bryan Danielson comes out, makes the save for Brody, and runs him off and makes it a little bit more of an even fight, as they still outnumbered, but Bryan Danielson can take out Naruki Doi, Shima, and then Pac kind of thinks better of it, just back out and get out of the ring, as he's set his he's got his sights set on Brody Lee. He's not trying to take any damage before their match, so he just kind of chickens out of the way, gets out scot free. Bryan helps out Brody back to his feet, gives him his championship, and they head to the back as to end out the show. Interesting way to end out the show, but I wanted to really put over this. This is supposed to be the biggest women's matchup ever for the CWA. We want to make this a big deal, so we're going to be giving them a contract signing. Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair with Bret Hart out there. They put pen to paper, making it official for Cold Fury. Those two ladies are going to battle it out. Has Sasha met her biggest threat yet? I would say yes. I would say she definitely has. And should be a banger of a matchup. That's going to be no surprise there. As a 73. Not bad at all. We've had some shit shows in our day. But that one definitely was not it. That's a great stampede. That's a great go home. Really, the only thing that was terrible was this. The number one contendership graphic for the Hiromu Takahashi Naomichi Marufuji match, which that match was great. Other than that, everything was above a 60. Like, the worst thing was a 62. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. But, I think as far as a whole, Great show. Great show. And just like that, the final, what a great little send-off with the little Heart Foundation in the back. What a run. What a run it's been for the CWA, the Stampede shows, as now we have our final show on the horizon. Cold Fury. What will be the final show? I don't know, you see we've lost money. Kind of funny, we've actually lost money since July, so it's actually kind of great that we're wrapping this series up anyways, because we kind of bit off a little bit more than we could chew as far as some of our contracts. But that's still, it was a lot of fun. We'll have the big send-off at the end of, obviously, Cold Fury to really talk about everything. But as you see here, we've had two of our best shows ever back-to-back here in November as far as Stampedes go. The matches-wise, I don't think nothing's going to beat that Brian Roderick Strong match. Maybe, though. Maybe, Brody and Pac, because you just saw that Brody and Roddy. Roddy's been in top 3, which is kind of crazy. It's just kind of nuts that now the series is we're finally getting it rocking and rolling. It took so long, and now that it's finally getting some great ratings out of this, it's time to pull the plug. But that's the way. It's better to end all on top than rather it be driven to the ground. So I think I'm still very okay with the way we're going to end this. I feel like it's the perfect way to end it anyways. So we'll see how it goes, as we'll catch you guys for the series finale. Take care, everyone.